Good afternoon to everyone. In a couple of minutes, we'll start, ma'am. Just a few more there coming.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So good afternoon to everyone. So today we have a IIC workshop on innovation, and just a moment because parallel it's going to be run in YouTube also. Just I'll confirm with so just a moment. So good afternoon to everyone. So we are also running parallelly in YouTube. So the workshop is going to be on innovation. So it's going to be like an interaction between the. We would like to have some questions from you if you have a doubt, and we also in the end it's not only a knowledge sharing. We want some entrepreneurs from the students as well as stakeholders. So to the our career technology business incubator. That's the idea. So we have yeah, four ambassadors in this campus. So one is Kumaran Shanmugam, it's myself for IPR and commercialization, and also for Dr. Muhammad Danish on entrepreneurship and development program, and architect Mr. and Ramesh Babu on design thinking and innovation, and Dr. P. Guru on pre-incubation and incubation management. So this is overall. We all trained by Institution Innovation Cell, which is supported by Ministry of Education and AIC. So now also we have another today's special guest, and is a part of our team, which is always Dr. A.P. Aruna, who is currently heading TB, Peria Technology Business Incubator. So in that, I would like to, so I already mentioned what are the topics we are going to talk. Dr. A.P. Aruna ma'am will going to talk on entrepreneurship. So first about myself in the short, for some reason Dr. Danish could not join with us this meeting for his personal thing since. So I would like to put a few points first. So I would like to go in the other way. So first I would like to introduce Aruna ma'am. Dr. A.P. Aruna has 24 years of experience in managing position in university academics, business incubation, international technology, business accelerator, innovation and research. Her experience covers entrepreneurship education, management responsibilities, startup validation, and funding in tech business incubation. She has taught subjects in biotechnology, professional ethics, entrepreneurship for engineering and technology degree students. She is also Chief Executive Officer of Peria Technology Business Incubator since 2006. She also served as a Senior Program Manager, XLR 8, Andhra Pradesh from 2016 and to 2019 in Tirupati as well as in Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. So this one is this XLR 8 is associated with the IC2 Institute, University of Texas at Austin. Dr. Aruna also served as a senior consultant for a brief period in 2019 with a IIIT in Sri City, which is also again located in Andhra Pradesh. Dr. Aruna holds a bachelor degree in horticulture, master's in agriculture, and PhD in biotechnology in the field of vermicompost technology. She has completed mentorship training at UC Berkeley in 2009 and executive program in technology commercialization for business incubator management in 2011. She has also been in charge for advanced incubation manager training in 2017, both at IC Squared Institute at the Institute of Texas at Austin, and Dr. Aruna certified trainer with the World Bank under its InfoDev program for training new incubation managers. All of this experience helped her to design course structure for entrepreneurship development under OBE pattern and deliver it to all UG students of Periyar Manivam Institute of Science and Technology, Vallam. So the effect of this course is going to be on OBE, appreciated by the NAC ATM during the visit in the university. So now I also like to introduce architect Mr. Ramesh Babu, who has completed his degree in NIT Trichy, post-graduate from Anna University College of Engineering, and has a wide consultancy experience abroad in India as well as in India and as well as abroad. He has worked in two British companies. One is Holdfords, Godwin Aston John at Dubai, and is a principal architect in L&T in Chennai also. He is a design team leader for the Smart City project in Tanjavur. Currently, he is heading the Department of Architecture and now Innovation Ambassador in Design Thinking and Innovations. So we have also another speaker who is Dr. P. Guru, who is also is an Innovation Ambassador who is going to talk. He is currently working as an assistant professor in Department of Management Studies, and he has more than 10 years of experience academic, and he is also basically an engineer and did a master's in the MBA, so management studies, sorry. So he is going to talk on pre-incubation and incubation management. Myself, I'm Kumaran and currently is an Innovation Ambassador here and also Associate Professor in Biotechnology and in charge of the research. I'm going to talk about IPR and commercialization. So the overall, I will take only 5 minutes for this IPR. Then I will hand over to Mr. Ramesh Babu, then Dr. Guru, and ma'am will take the final one, entrepreneurship pathway. So I have so please for 5 minutes. So my presentation. So I'm uploading it now. Yes. I hope all of you maybe already you have a knowledge on IPR. So most probably I will touch only the fundamentals. I'm not going to very in details. There are it's sorry, there is some. So I already mentioned that Institution Innovation Council is a council was helped by the Ministry of Education and the AICT together. So it's almost more than 5,000 Institution Innovation Council located in across India in the education institutions. Just a moment. There's some issue here. Just a moment. Just a moment. There is something problem here. Otherwise, I have some other slide also. Just a moment. Okay. If the slide is not moving, then I can do is just you can stop presenting it, and I will upload it 1 second. A minute. I'm uploading then another presentation which is already have some issue here. Okay, sorry for the delay. So now I've shared it. Okay. So the slide is shared now. I'm sorry, there is a problem in the computer. It's delayed. So probably I will do the presentation later. Probably shall I ask Mr. Ramesh Babu to start with the presentation? I don't want to waste
Yeah,
time.
okay, sir, no problem. I will just start it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, very good afternoon to one and all. Good afternoon to all the students and the participants, faculty members. As part of the Institute's Innovation Council, IIC, we call it as IIC. We have 4 ambassadors, and I am one of the ambassador to deal with design thinking and innovations. Today, I'll be giving a quick shot of about the design aspects. And it's a very simple presentation, so it will be easy for you to grasp as well. I think is the screen visible, students? students and participants?
Visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so the topic which I am going to talk. Thank you. The topic I'm going to handle now is innovation ambassador as design thinking and innovations. To start with it, first thing is about design. So everybody must have heard this voice, the word called design. Okay, so if you look at the word design, it's been used in different terminology. Okay, so very often we used to have this word called design of a product, design of a building, design of a program, everything, the design of your shirt. So the word design is commonly used. But if you see the quotes given by designers, one of these quote is design is thinking made visual. Okay, so it's like I'm a designer, I have something in my mind. So that I'm bringing it visual, that's all. So for example, I must have thought about a tennis ball. Okay, the people in front of me, they won't know what a tennis ball is. So what I have to do is I have to bring back my thought and make a design or make a drawing, and then you go and fabricate that and you complete that and then you give it as a product. So that means, in simple words, design is you have something in mind, you're bringing it out to the common public, to the students, to the stakeholders, to the anywhere you can say. And another thing is design is about making people happy, either functionally, aesthetically, or emotionally. So that means by design you are making people happy, you are making it functional, okay, then and you are making and you are also making it aesthetically, that means looking good. So let us say, for example, we all know our bicycle. Okay, so bicycle is a functional thing, so you have to go and pedal it up and then the vehicle goes, so that is a functional one. But again, the same bicycle can make you happy. Why is it making happy? Because instead of walking, you are comfortably driving, so your speed is increased, your energy in walking is reduced. So likewise, design also satisfies the basic function of a human being, and also it is acting aesthetically good also. So aesthetically good means the visual appearance. Say for example, you see today, I think almost everybody was knowing about electric scooter Ola. Ola is going to be coming here. It was launched on 15th August recently. So if you look at the scooter, it has got very attractive colors, it has got attractive design. So functionally a scooter has to take you, that's all. But now if you see, it is also made very colorful and very attractive. So a design should be aesthetically good apart from the functional aspect. Okay, so coming to the word called innovation. So whenever you say innovation, first thing is you have to create something. So creativity comes. So first I'm starting with creativity. So if you see this word creativity, everybody has left and right brain. Everybody will be having that. But the amount of utilization of the left brain and right brain varies from people to people. Okay, so there are a lot of questionnaires and studies to see how people are using their brains, how they are using the left brain or right brain. But whatever it is, the proven research here is left brain deals mostly with the logical things, whereas you see the right brain that deals with the creativity. So if you look at the left, people who are using the left brain, very often you see engineers, mathematicians, and people who are very good in solving puzzles and everything, numerical, they all have logical brain. That means they are using the left brain very good. Okay. Whereas if you see the right brain, that is for creativity. Artist, sculptor, architect, the film director, or people who are thinking very creatively. So the brain is called as a right brain. So though you have left and right brain, there are people in whom the right brain is not completely used, very minimally used. Okay, so how do you do that? So when you start thinking, when you create things, when you are very good in interesting making some drawings, whenever you are the creativity doesn't mean drawing alone. So creativity is also writing a poem is also a creativity. Okay, creating a new business idea is also a creativity. Okay, so this is a proven theory that right brain is very good for the people who are creative. Okay, that is one thing. So now again I'm repeating the same thing. A creativity has to be aesthetical and functional also. So for example, you created a product. So apart from satisfying the function, it should be looking good, aesthetical. Then the market value of the product will go high. Okay. Otherwise, it will be a very minimalistic one. The saleable, if you see at the saleable aspects or on the entrepreneurship aspects, selling that will be a difficult one. So nowadays, aesthetics is equally valid with the function. Okay, so that's why this particular balancing diagram is given, aesthetics and functionality. So both is given equal importance, and that is where the product comes to you. So you're creating a product which is functionally good. So you're creating it, and at the same time, aesthetically it is good looking. So this combination helps you to create a aesthetical thing. If you see in the right hand side, that is a mouse. Okay, a mouse looking like in abnormal shape. Okay, this is aesthetically good, but functionally it is designed in the ergonomics of your palm. Ergonomics means a study which deals with the anthropometrics of the body profile. So for example, you're holding your mouse. So if you're holding a mouse, which finger will be where? So based on that, this mouse was designed. Okay, so this is also, if you look at the sketch made by Da Vinci long back for an aircraft, so he has derived it from the bird. So you see from the bird, you can flap the wings, you can go high. That's what it was created. It's a very crude and rough sketch. So he also tried it. But today you see the same airplane being advanced and developed in such a way with a lot of aerodynamical features and aesthetics and everything. So that is the evolution. So the more your product goes aesthetical and functional, it will be appreciated very well in the market, and you will get more investors. And as an entrepreneur or as an incubator, your product will have very good selling point, because very often we are good in satisfying the functional aspect, but we fail to address the aesthetical one. So where do these ideas generate? See, you have an idea. So many of the ideas are not created just like that. So it is being understood, it has been taken from the nature, from the whatever is there in existence. Okay. So if I have to design something, I don't have to go to library and sit and break my head. Okay. So go and field, go to the field, go and take anything. For example, go and study how birds are there, how animals are there, how trees are there, how the plants are modifying. So it is matter of studying what is there only. If you see in the right hand side, a person has designed a spoon. Okay, it's like a spoon where you can take the cake, or you can take a sauce, and you can. It's more like a combination of spoon and a fork. Okay, something like that. But whereas where is the idea generated? If you see, it is taken from a spoon bill. Okay, a bird spoon bill. From there, you can. He has taken the beak, and the beak has been designed into your shape. Okay, so that is his way of seeing that. Okay, so as a designer, okay, I should see that point. I should not see, okay, it's a bird is feeding on something. Okay, if I see a bird just feeding on something, I'm thinking normal. But if I'm looking at the aspects of the bird, if I'm looking at how the beak is there, why it is designed like this, how is it holding the fish, if you start thinking like that, your design creativity will start coming up. Okay, if you see in the left hand side, I have shown the Buckminster Fuller dome. Buckminster Fuller is an engineer and architect, so he has designed a lot of structures. But if you look at the basic truss structure, he has evolved from the cells. Cells means in biology, you know that every human being, plants, animals, cells are there. to start enlarging the cell and see the shape of the cell. It will be sometimes isohedron, it will be decahedron, whatever. So from that shape, you can see that he has designed. You go and see the shape of diamond. A diamond is having a lot of facets, so it's a faceted surface. So something like that. So the idea of Buckminster Fuller's developing a structure or developing a thing comes from this. Today you can see a lot of space frame and everything being designed nowadays. Okay, so the initial idea generally comes from nature. So you have to start observing the nature. So this is also another image to see the various configuration. From the left hand side, if you see some are blown up of an cells or blown up of an a leaf or pattern or anything. The third one, you see, it's a snake skin. Okay, it's the scales of the snake. Okay, so you can see the shape of the snake scales, whether it is a hexagon or it's an octagon or how is it locked. So when you start understanding these things, slowly things will come. So for example, you can see the same application happening in some fabric. Okay, or it can be used in some high tensile fabric materials. Okay, you see there is a wasp was built a nest, and you see the pattern of nest. It is all, it's a proper hexagon. Right? So hexagon is locked properly. You start locking all this thing, you get a shape. Okay, this same shape you can see in football. Okay, you start a football is a combination of stitching all the hexagons to make a curved circular shape. So not only that, you see the dragonfly wings. Okay, why is it very light? Okay, so it's very light, but it's very strong enough to take the dragonfly up by flapping the wings. So how is the structure? How is the main membranes going? So that's how we start learning from the nature and we start designing. Okay, so and whatever we have, there is a common process. This is the same process which was taught for us in the Institution Innovation Council and everywhere. So we have a concept, then you design, and then you prototype, manufacture, and delivery. That means concept is an initial idea that you have, and design is something you are making it perfect. So you are converting that idea into your drawing or into a product. The third one is you are creating a model of it or three-dimensional visualization, and you are making it as a product, and that is called as a prototype. So prototype means nobody has done this. You are the first man, you have done it. Okay. Then it is sent to manufacturing, and then it is sent for delivery. So this is a common process in design. So in any design office, you go to a BMW manufacturing workshop, okay, they'll have a design team, R&D, research and development team. So they keep on designing, and it goes to manufacturing. Okay, and here, if you look at the same process, it's also called as define, ideate, prototype, build, and analyze. This is the phases. Okay, so the first one is strategy. Okay, define is you have to define the problem and all that. I will tell you in the next slides. Ideate means you are creating an idea, then that idea is getting converted into a prototype. So the next, finally, you see it is being built, it is constructed, and then it is sent for analysis or something. Now there is something called design iteration. What is design iteration? You are at the analysis stage, you find some flaw in your design. A flaw in your design can be found by brainstorming. You have a team of people, and then they suggest that, okay, this is not going to work. They have a small problem in manufacturing, like this. That is being analyzed in one way. Not only that, you collect feedback of the product. For example, you have launched a product and you're getting feedback of the product. You're taking that in the analysis stage. You are taking it back and ideating again. So the design is developing again. So we call it as version 1, version 2, okay, something like that. So you must have seen even in cars and vehicles, new versions keeps on coming based on the feedback. Any product is not 100% perfect. So when it goes to market, it faces the trouble. So the more the R&D teams keep on ideating the product, it goes to a fine, refined design. So that is that we call it as the design process. Okay. So here, just a small example. I just shown you what do you call a bottle. So I got a water bottle, and the right hand side is also a water bottle. So here I would like to show one small thing. Okay, so what happens is this uh, this water bottle, if you see, it is circular. Okay, so this happens in our drawing studio. So for example, what I have done, I have drawn a drawing I've drawn a drawing table of architecture department studio. I used to see students, they just bring a water bottle. Okay, the water bottle is round like this. Okay, so what will happen? It will start rolling. Okay, it's not a water bottle like this. So this water bottle, what will do? It will not stand here. It will start. It will rolling and it will topple up. It will fall down like this. Okay. So then, what if this water bottle is in a rectangular fashion? Instead of a cylinder, the water bottle is like this. Okay, so it will not fall. Okay, so it has got an application that it will not fall in the surfaces. Okay, and not only that, so I'll put it this way. If I have to store these water bottles, I am going to store these water bottles in a cotton box, a container. Okay, so if I start placing these boxes in a different one, what will happen is, one minute, I'll show this one first. Yeah. So this is a water bottle which is in a very square geometry. Okay, so what happens is, when you start storing these circles in a cotton box, you will get lot of gaps. Whereas if you start storing this square boxes, it will be perfectly fit. That means from the design point, you can see this is more efficient in terms of the grip that is having, and at the same time storage. So more storage can be done in a single cotton box. Okay, so that is a small thing I have to explain you for understanding. Okay, now this is very important. Whenever you want to design, you should have a problem, because when there is no problem, you cannot design. Okay, if somebody is coming and asking you how to do this, I have a problem, then only your design brain will start working. So problems are everywhere. You have to go and identify. Say for example, in architecture department, students, we used to tell them, go to case studies, go to field visit. The reason is, when you start go and sitting with people and interacting, more ideas will come, more problems will be noted. Because just by seeing a photograph, you cannot understand what problem is there. Okay, by seeing a video also, you cannot understand what is the problem. So you have to go to the field, talk to users and people, spend more time to understand the problem. Okay, so this is something like, it's not like you go and take a notebook and take half an hour, 1 hour, and then come back. You have to go sit with them, live with them, then only you can understand the problem. So that is an important aspect in problem identification. Okay, and not only this, a government will have a lot of problems, so you can go and address that. For example, right from collector office to municipality to corporation, they'll have n number of problems. It can be anything. It can be they'll have difficulty in recycling, they will have difficulty in collecting the trashes, or they will have difficulty in connecting with entrepreneurs to do a certain job. They will have difficulty in taking a traffic survey. So much of things they will have. So those are the main source for your idea. Okay, so you have to go and collect. Sometimes you have to collect feedback through questionnaires. You go and put a questionnaire, they start, you get more input, use that questionnaire, and many things are societal. Okay, societal problems, there are n number of societal problems. You have to go to societal problems and you have to find out. Okay, and I've just given this website also here. It's innovate.mygov.in. If you go to that website, it is about the Innovation Council only. So you can see a lot of innovating ideas being shared, and even if you have a small idea, you can log in and share. Your idea will be voted. Okay, based on that, they will also select you and think that this website. Don't forget to go to this website. It is innovate.mygov.in. Here you will see a lot of problems, solutions, everything we can see also. It's a very good platform developed by Indian government. Okay, so as I told, idea generation. So look out for solutions. So this is something very important. So you have to start observing how people are solving things, minor issues. Say how people are cleverly solving things. Okay, you can note down them. Those are the main course for your solutions. Okay, or idea. The next one is study nature thoroughly, study animals and plants. This I keep telling because nature has modified, nature keeps on adapting. So if there is a problem, nature automatically solves it. You can see how it is transforming. Okay, right from everything. Even if you see what do you call anything, any shelter for an animal, a shelter for a bird and everything. Those things are also very good source of study actually. Okay. And then creativity. You should have a very flexible mind and should not be very strict and rigid. If you are very rigid and strict, you cannot develop your creativity. Okay, you should not. You should not tell that okay, I have 1 hour time. Within 1 hour time, I have to complete this. If you think like that, your creativity will not come. Okay, creativity should keep on enlarging and less controlled. So you should not control your brain very thing, and you should be very happy to share your thing. You should not feel shy, reserved, or hesitancy because you must have very good idea. Because you will not very often it happens like you don't share your ideas. You feel shy to share. You feel very reserved, and end of the day, somebody will be talking about the same idea. So that will happen. So that is one thing, and lack of fear to try new things. Okay, so this is very important because you should have the guts to keep on repeating the things. So you should have it. You should take a risk in designing. So you should not like have more fear, and that will also reduce your creativity. So these are some steps to improve your creativity and originality. So see the previous concepts and again study from nature. And design is nothing but a problem solving process. That's all. So if you see design, you have to find out the problem. You have to find out a solution. Solution is also there in the nature already. You can modify that and you can take it up. And it can be very simple. Ideas can be very, very simple. Look at this idea in the right hand side. Okay, so they call it as a sweep. Okay, so somebody has developed this. It's just a bicycle. He has just attached some sweeping equipment here. That's all. So when the cycle keeps on going, it will sweep. That's all. So that's a very crude problem, crude solution we can say. But you can see how it is creatively done, and innovatively you can reform and redefine it. And another thing, when you think about idea generation, you don't need a qualification. Okay, so to find out a problem, you find out a solution. You don't need to be a engineer or you don't need to be an architect or anything. Anybody can create an idea, and anybody can create it. There is no thing is that as human being, everybody can do this. Okay, so that is why I have completed my slide with this last one. This girl name is Sanjana Rishia Mandal. Only a small kid, 11 years old. What she has done is very simple. She has done a wooden pen and wooden refill. That's all. Okay, we know all your pens are there. She has made the pen with wood. That's all. The reason what she is claiming is it is recyclable. That's all. So it is eco-friendly. So when you start throwing your ballpoint refill and a ballpoint pen, that is going to spoil the ecosystem. Okay. So what I mean to say is, idea can be done by anybody, and it can be as simple as this small kid what she has done. Okay. So this is the starting lecture. In the coming lectures, we will be having detailed sections of technical thing. But with this, I am completing my presentation. If any doubt, you can ask me, students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, there is somebody has raised a hand. Uh,
Yeah, any doubts? Yeah.
Sir, could I share the slide myself? I'll try.
Yes, sir. Okay.
By the time they can ask the question if they have doubt.
Participants, if you have any doubt, you can ask.
Sir, I will take only 5 minutes, sir. Uh, so my voice is clear, sir.
Yeah, clear, sir.
Great, sir. Uh, so today presentation is going to be on intellectual property rights for generally for everyone. So I prepared for other presentations. I am doing it. I need to acknowledge Mr. Kumar Venkateshan, who is the patent agent who taught me this IPR, and also Institution Innovation Cell, which is located under Ministry of Education, and also AICT, who has trained us as innovation ambassadors. So there's intellectual property rights is going to be like patent, trademark, design, copyright, and integrated circuits and layout design, GI, that is geographical indication, plant varieties and farmer rights, and trade secret and confidential information. So the examples probably you know that patent is a technical information, which Dr. Mr. Babu was talking. It's a design is outer look, whereas the patent is just opposite. It's a more on technical. Trademark is a logo or anything. It can be for a industry or any which represent the company. So design is already given a detailed one, so I'm not going. Patent is for invention. Trademark is a logo or symbol. Copyright any literary, dramatic, even the this class has been recorded. This is going to be copyright. Design is I'm skipping it once again. G is a manufactured good for many years in the same place. Trade secret example Coca-Cola or KFC recipe is also comes under trade secrets. So why a student need to do that? So problem it's very important already as mentioned. Technical problem may be technical, but the solution may be very simple. So we should know what is existing prior art. Then we are inventing new, and we develop a prototype. To IPR, you don't need to show the prototype. Only a line drawing is enough, and you have to show the proof. Idea cannot be patented. Trademark, you know the different one. After seeing immediately, you know that it belongs to one company. So you know the FedEx is looks like a container, and the Intel Pentium processor showing the quality of this. So I can keep going this. Copyright again like a photography. So youngster, if you take a photograph immediately, if you put in social media, you lose your copyright. So you should put a your name and your name and details inside the photograph. Otherwise, if you put it in without your watermark, you will lose it. So design already mentioned, so I'm skipping it. So GA is like Kanjipuram silk saree and Tirupati laddus are classical example of GA. So traditionally to promote the tourism and so on. So there are more on details. I just keep because of the time is running out. So the office it comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and the office located in Calcutta, Bombay, Delhi, and Chennai. Chennai office exclusively looks for GI, whereas the design office exclusively by Calcutta office. So with this, I'm concluding this. Why the student need to do the IPR? They have a better job opportunity. They can face a competition, and they are different from the crowd. That they can tune the research capability. So I think with this, almost like less than 5 minutes, I'm completing my talk. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will ask Mr. For commercialization next. Mr. Guru sir will take the class.
So thank you, Mr. Is my screen visible, sir? Students, is my screen visible?
No, Dr. Guru. You have not shared your presentation.
One.
Yeah, now it is visible.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Actually, in this forum, I am not the right person to talk about this pre-incubation and incubation. I get the training from the IIC, that's all. But the ma'am, Dr. Arna ma'am, is here, who is having a rich experience in this field. But I'm going to share some of the knowledge what I gained in the training. With the permission of Dr. Arna ma'am, I'm starting it.
Go ahead, Dr. Guru. Everybody is expert in.
Thank you. Just we start with this entrepreneurship ecosystem. Dr. Ramesh sir have given the clean explanation about the design, how the design need to be, and where it need to be started. All these things I have explained very clearly, neatly. That is the first stage here in entrepreneurship ecosystem. Idea stage. Idea can come to anybody. Okay, while framing the idea, what we need to consider is whether this idea is solving any problem or not. If you see this umbrella, usually we may face some problem while holding the umbrella in the rainy season. If wind blows very fastly, that will upfold. That will definitely happen. What we can do to come out from that problem? That gives the idea. That idea will have an space to market your product. That is our ultimate aim, right? To start a business, why we are starting the business? To make profit out of it. If there is a need in the consumer end or in the market, then only the product will survive in the market. If the problem is not solving any kind of problem in the society and the consumers are not finding anything out of the idea, then there is no space for that particular idea for the product. And then it moves to the pre-incubation and then incubation, scale up and globalization. Till globalization, we can take up our startup. You can imagine yourself how the Amazon Jeffy comes out with the novel idea and how it is happening, how they are rocking the e-commerce system nowadays. Okay, so anybody can do anything. That is the main important part that you have to motivate yourself. I'm having one video actually for that motivation, but due to the time constraint, I'm not going to play that. I'm going to run out the other slide. In pre-incubation, what are the process? The main process in pre-incubation are the specific training in order to streamline your viable idea, commercialization, and scalability. Things, the specific training will be given in the pre-incubation, and mentoring and consulting services will be given at the pre-incubation stage. But that gives you, that mold your idea, that helps you to scale up your business in future. These are the steps here. First is the appointment. In that stage, idea formulation will happen, idea assessment, market validation of ideas will all takes place at the appointment stage. Once it completes, it reaches to the training stage where you get all the idea what Dr. Kumran sir explained about the IPR and legal formalities, which refers to the creation of the product and other skills which is required to run the business. That kind of training will be given to you, and then the orientation, defining the business idea very clearly and business model, how we are going to promote the business, what kind of model we are having in hand to proceed the business in the real-time business environment. That kind of orientation will be given, and then innovation assessment through the internal competencies and through an external committees also. The innovation assessment will happen, whether it is a truly innovative product, whether it will have an idea to rock the market or not. That kind of innovation assessment will happen at the innovation assessment stage. And then last, business plan and model. With that business model and plan, we can proceed with the incubation area. Incubation is the space where a process is happening, wherein an individual or an organization support the establishment or the startup to grow further. That is the incubation. Here you can see the picture also. We are keeping the uh, pre-born babies in the incubation in order to protect the baby. We are keeping the same concept. With the incubation, we are getting different supports. That support may be the physical facility or the networking facility or the support services, whatever it may be. The different services are there. That different services which helps the startup, that is most needed at this stage for an entrepreneur to start a business. These are all the basic things that they are expecting. That physical facility is most needed. To set up an office, to set up a retail outlet, to connect with the people, to other services. What are the different services which is needed to bring out the business in the flourishing stage? That things will get supported at the incubation stage. That is the building block for the business that helps the startup to grow till the globalization stage. With this, I quickly wind up my session and handing over the session to Dr. Aruna ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my dear students.
Thank you, Dr. Guru.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is my screen visible?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Just give me a few seconds. I am sharing my. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. No.
Yes.
Thank you. I think we have only 6 minutes to wind up the session. Is my voice is enough, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Very clear, ma'am. Clear.
So I'm not going very detailed into incubator space now because we have a lot of time. I would like to make the students understand some of the basics input right from the stage one, what we call innovation. So we need to have the difference between innovation, improvement, invention, whatever the thing. So if we are correct, if we made a right decision at this stage, then rest of the things will fall apart. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem for us to rectify the issues at every stage. So to make it clear, to define what is innovation in the perspective of business development. Innovation is a general term. I think it's being used in the dictionary right from 1500 AD. But innovation in the ecosystem where entrepreneurship is dealt. So innovation should be considered as a different thing. So generally, when you define invention, it just refer the creation of idea or method for the first time. Whereas innovation here is a result of novel idea. It's a result. It's not only idea. It should be a novel idea or a method. When you come to improvement, again, you're doing the same thing, but you're improving it by some means. So you're making the things look better or work better. Again, for this improvement also, we have a slightly different perspective for innovation. This is doing the same thing, not doing the same thing. It is doing something different. So improvement is improving the existing thing, whereas innovation is doing something different for better performance. So in nutshell, to define the innovation, it is something exploiting a change to improve an existing product, or altogether you will be creating a new product. So because now we are talking about entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship involves making a product or a service. So obviously innovation means here is exploiting a change to improve an existing product or a service, or you are creating a new one altogether. Sometimes innovation may be very novel to you, but many times the innovation fail because innovation may be a brainchild of the innovator, but ultimately the innovation should address the problem faced by the end user. Here we call them customer or consumer. So innovation is not for the creator alone. It should be addressing the problem of the end user. So I'll quote some examples of innovation, but why they failed. For example, when laptop computer was invented, it is like an invention or improvement, what are the things. It is not innovation. But when they started using the laptop computer, somebody innovated another product like hot plate using the energy energy from the laptop. So they created a hot plate kind of thing which uses the USB port to draw power supply, and it allows the teacups to be kept warm. But it is a failure because many people are not liked this innovation, though they work for long hours with the computer. Nobody took it very seriously that my cup of tea or coffee will be kept warm by using this USB port based hot plate. Second best failure so far in the world is Google Glass. Though lot of things has been talked about Google Glass and its applications, it utterly failed because of one reason, that people thought this Google Glass will kill their privacy, so intrude into the their private world. So they didn't like. Despite being the one of the topmost technological product, Google Glass cannot find the marketplace. So also our tree climbers. If you log into the website, if you Google it, around 12 million reference has been mentioned for the tree climbing, especially coconut and palm tree climbing, but still you are getting new products. Why so many products been introduced for this application, yet it is not successful among the farming community? Because this product is being designed by an innovator. He may be an engineer or a non-engineer, whoever it is. Now, whoever has designed the product, they are thinking through their idea only. They never understood the problem of the tree climber as a person. So it's not a product designed by addressing the entire problem of the end user, the climber as a person. All the tree climbers have been developed by some innovators thinking through their brains. That's why these kind of tree climbers are not getting into the market as a super duper hit. So why it's so? When you want to be innovative, when you want to have some innovation to develop a new product, as an entrepreneur, you have to be very considerate about the end user. So the end user will not just look into your innovation alone. Apart from the money value, apart from the primary application, there are many issues that customer will look into. We may not be knowing what are the values that a customer will be looking into our product. So in one of the articles by Hardware Business Review, it's an article by a company called Bain & Co. I took their image directly. So they have listed some elements of value that every end user of any innovative product will be looking into. So they have classified the elements of value into 4 types. One is social impact. So if the product, the innovation should bring a social impact. So best examples being social enterprises. If you develop a product, if you innovate something to address the society, for example, water treatment plants or low cost vaccines for any endemic or pandemic diseases like that. So when you bring a product, when you bring an innovation, that should be a change maker for the entire world. So it can be a social impact, or it can be simply a life-changing innovation. For example, it may provide a hope. I will take only one example for each of them. Hope means, suppose if you are introducing a dietary plan, dietary product, so it should really create the hope that an end user will reduce his life, like that. So third category is emotional. Some products and innovations simply address the emotions of the end user. For example, it can reduce anxiety, or it can it can bring some nostalgia for using the product itself. And the innovation may be sometimes functional. For example, time saving, or it can simplify the process, or it will help you to make more money, like that. So when you innovate something for development of product or service, that innovation should address one or few of these kind of elements of value. Some examples, I'm not going to read everything. Suppose if you are going into an apparel industry, if you want to develop a product for apparel industry, obviously the customer will look into the price tag first. But apart from that, every customer will look into the quality of the material, variety of the material, that dresses, and the hassle-free process of wearing the dresses, designs and aesthetics of the material as well as the design, and it should save the time for them. It may be for ironing out or washing out or wearing out, whatever the thing. So when you innovate some products for the apparel industry, these are the core values that the customer will look into. So your innovation should address all these things. Like that, for every product, for every domain, every sector, there are set of elements of value that you should consider if you want to be really successful from the innovation you develop. So this is a slightly tweaked design thinking comparing architect Ramesh Babu's presentation. So whenever you think about innovation, whenever you want to create a product, new product or a service, and become an entrepreneur, your process should start. That thinking itself should be a design thinking. So how to think to create a product for a market. So the thinking itself should be designed in such a way that you start with empathizing the problem. First of all, you have to understand the human needs. Then you have to define the problem, why this problem is happening, how the problem is happening. So you have to empathize the problem first, then you have to define it, then you have to ideate. So you can think about different ideas now to solve the problem. Once you narrow in the idea after iteration is nothing but doing it repeatedly to eliminate the flaws. So after iteration, then you have to develop a prototype, and if the prototype is complete to demonstrate the idea, then you go for testing. So this is the basic steps you have to take after you decide to innovate some product or services. So this is the what we call design thinking. Design thinking for converting your interest in entrepreneurship into making you into an entrepreneur. So this is how you have to think and work. Okay, this is the last slide. My role for this session. So how do we address all these things? So whenever a student or any visitor to incubator comes in with some idea, now we will sit with them and we'll interact with them, we'll listen to their presentation. And after that, we will be doing a certain processes, like we try to validate the innovation for the market acceptance. There are procedures, there are questionnaires by which we validate whether the idea will be hitting the market or not. Second thing, will help them to develop the idea from ideation stage to minimum viable product. So we'll help them to develop the idea into a minimum viable product. Then if the MVP is positively doing in the test market, we'll help them to create an enterprise out of their innovation. You have to form a company. Now, as an individual, you cannot run the business for long. So you need to have an enterprise. So we'll teach you how to create an enterprise. After that, you need lot of support, maybe funding, maybe market, maybe technology, whatever the thing, we will help you to get a network of connections. So expertise, mentors, everything will be introduced to you. So of course, mentors not only for the technology, it's for everything. Even if you are emotionally broken down, you need to be consoled. So there are people who will be emotionally supporting you. Even they are called mentors. So mentors is a pool of people who will be ready to support the young minds. So we will be connecting you to my respective mentors whom you want to get consulted. Maybe it is for a financial thing or maybe for marketing thing, for anything. no, you will be connected to mentors, and depending upon your need and the necessity of the business, we will be helping you to access the funds. This is the process. Now every incubator will be doing. Maybe one process is more than the other processes. But here in Periyar TBA, we concentrate on the first 4 points. So mentors, we will be introducing you, but not like a professional consultant. We introduce you with mentors who will be emotionally supporting you with their expertise. And funds, of course, we try to help you to contest for competitions. We help you to apply for some government grants, and sometimes we give small seed fund even from the university resources. This is how we work in Periyar TBI. And be, as Dr. Kumaran said, and Ramesh Babu also reinstated, being the first of its series, we are not able to give you the entire inputs and about each of the topic. Now, I think, sir, do we have a time for interaction? It's already 3:10. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. We can have 5-10 minutes, ma'am. Anybody.
Okay. So okay. So this is how an incubator works, and how do we identify the people to incubators. So in the first year we create some kind of awareness through our orientation program, and second year, except architecture and education courses, we have a core course on entrepreneurship, wherein all the process have been taught to the students, and students are they are suggested to form their own teams, identify some problems, and they are allowed to work on the problem. So they have to reach the level of submitting a business plan for about the idea. So in the entire course, they will be learning the entire process of business building. So that includes the pre-incubation also. Third year, students will be allowed to come directly to the incubator. They work on their idea, they will confirm it, they'll make MVP and everything. In final year, if you are interested still, you will be allowed to enroll for incubation, and you will be given the entire set of services as mentioned by Dr. Guru. So those services will be given to you as an incubator. So this is how we work. Now I'm open for discussion. Thank you. So Dr. Kumaran, it's over to you for
participants can ask if any questions or any doubts. So we have shared a link. Okay, so participants can take this link and complete the feedback. Then you will get the certificate emailed to your address. In the email address which you are providing. So this is the start of lecture. So in the coming series, we'll have detailed sessions of each and every ambassador's presentation, so that our entire goal is to increase the innovation and go for patent and publications and activities, more activities in the Periyar TBI.
Currently, with the COVID restrictions, we are also handicapped. But even then, we were able to manage with the 4 teams from PMIST, one from mechanical engineering. They are working on reducing the tailor shop waste. So they are developing a machine for reducing the cloth waste, coming from the tailor shop to make some products. And another individual guy, he is working on compressor-free air conditioner. Just now he joined in the IIC department. We are supporting him with mentorship. The third one, we are trying to establish some kind of smart city program like waste management for Tanjavur Corporation. So even though we don't have access with the students, we were little bit success we have shown that with these teams. So once the campus is open for the students to come and access, I think a lot of people will find it very interesting and convenient to get into incubators. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you all the participants. I think I have given the link here. Everybody can fill up the link and get their certificates emailed to their email address which you are filling. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we can sign out from the meeting, sir?